Hey everyone, I feel like it's been forever since I did a figure review because I'm doing all those gaming vlogs with Alex. And I actually have another podcast on Spotify I do with my brother and sister called From the Shelf. If you guys want to check that out, I may put a link below if I remember. But today we're going back to Transformers, and today we're doing Transformers Legacy. A Hero is Born. So this is a 2-pack that was like a Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. That is Alpha Trion and Orion Pax. Three reasons why I got this. One, I want an Orion Pax and Alpha Trion. Two, I don't have either of these molds. And three, I'll get into toward the end of the video. So, you can see the front of the box is Alpha Trion and Orion Pax. Orion Pax probably taking heavy damage from Megatron, and Alpha Trion about to rebuild him. Transformers Legacy Hero was Born, Generations, Sakura Tomy, Hasbro. Front of the box is just more of that image. Top of the box is more of that image. Side of the box, left side of the box, Alpha Trion. Back of the box, you have Alpha Trion, Orion Pax, and Vector Sigma. So really nice box art. This is going to be one of the few Hasbro boxes I actually keep because I actually like this box quite a bit. So, taking a look at the figures themselves, here we have Orion Pax and Alpha Trion. Now, right off the bat, Alpha Trion is a remold of the Studio Series Scourge, and Orion Pax is a remold of Studio Series Cup. I don't have either one of those figures because I don't really, as I think you guys know by now, I don't really collect a lot of Generations mainline stuff in general. I mean, I have some. It's not that I don't buy. It's not that I don't get. It's not like they don't collect the line at all. But I just don't really get a lot of them because not a lot of them I really care about. Like Cup and Scourge, not two characters I really care about. Optimus Prime, yeah, different story. So, but yeah, these two never really had a standalone figure that I cared about. Like Orion Pax did have the Power of the Primes, Leader Prime that went from Orion to Optimus, but that wasn't really a standalone figure. That was more of a gimmick. The figure was really Optimus Prime, and Orion Pax was the gimmick. Alpha Trion, the last figure he had was the Titans Return one, which was awful. And then I bought it as Lio Convoy because I thought it fit Lio Convoy better than Alpha Trion. And this looks pretty close to Alpha Trion, so I'm fine with it. We're going to be taking a look at both of these guys individually, and then their accessories, and then final thoughts. So, we'll go ahead and start with Orion Pax, because he is the inferior of the two, in my opinion. Vehicle mode is interesting. It's basically just cups. I know the original Orion Pax toy was just a repaint of Cup, so that's why they did this. Most Orion Pax toys are typically Cup remolds, so there you go. But anyway, it's an interesting vehicle mode. There's a very big clearance issue here. Like if you roll it too much, you're going to paint or chip paint rather. So just be careful. I wouldn't roll it too much, honestly. I would just put it down and pretend it's a hover car or something. But anyway, he doesn't really do much in this mode other than exist. Here he is compared to his future self, Optimus Prime's vehicle mode. The vehicle modes are about the same size in terms of length. Optimus's is obviously a lot taller because Optimus Prime's a taller figure. But there you go. I'm transforming him. Go ahead and take these weapons off. Undo the hands from down there, which can actually be a pain in the ass. Separate these and fold these down. Then what I do, this is the easiest way to do it for me, is just pull the legs straight down, which will unclip those. I'm going to slide these down. Now this is a transformation bit I thought was stupid and unnecessary, but we'll fold, not this part. Fold these pieces down and turn that like that. Why couldn't you just turn it? Why'd you have to open it? I don't get that design mentality, but anyway. Fold these pieces out. Push this out. Pull that up. Fold these pieces in, close that up, plug that in, peg these pieces into there, push this down and rotate the arm, then rotate the shoulder joint like that. It's supposed to look like that. You don't have to do that if you really don't want to, but the box art shows it that way, so we're going that way. If you like it the other way, it's not going to alter anything. Like, if you prefer the shoulder to look like this, go ahead. I personally do prefer it to look like that. Then you turn the head around. And there you go. Orion Pax in his robot mode. And he looks okay. I don't really care for Orion Pax's design all that much. I never really have. It's cool to have a younger Optimus Prime. That's always been the part about it that I liked, was that he's, you know, the Autobot leader when he's young. But in terms of an actual character design, there's nothing to write home about. He does have a weird gimmick. And I'm pretty sure this was carried over from Cup. But give me one. I'll show you. It's something. So, what you can do is, there you go. That's actually like a documented feature, is you can do that. And okay. Sure. Articulation-wise, his head is on a full 360. He doesn't really have an ab crunch, but he does have a waist swivel. Legs can go forward a little bit, can go back, can go out, can turn. He's got an ankle pivot, which is nice. Shoulders can full 360, go in and out, turn to the bicep, elbow. Doesn't have a wrist for some reason. Don't know why, but he doesn't. And if there's one thing about this figure I don't really like at all, is his weapons. He has his little gun, which is okay, and then he has whatever the hell this is. Yeah, those are, I might keep the gun, but this is going right back in the box, because that's a dumb weapon. Compared to his future self, Optimus Prime, Orion is a bit shorter because he's a leader class. He's deluxe, so he's smaller. But and also Optimus is just a better figure, because the Earthrise mold is better than the Series Cup mold. Excuse my yawning. But I got up early for reasons, and then, you know, I mean, he's okay. He's not terrible, and I like how he looks, but he's not my favorite figure. My favorite figure in the set is actually Alpha Trion. Granted, I don't think he ever transformed, but, you know, what can you do? He doesn't really do anything in his space boat mode other than exist, so let's go ahead and transform him. Open these flaps up, open these up, push these down, separate all this, and all of this is gonna fold up, and you're gonna separate all of this, and these are gonna just fold out. Push this piece down, pull that piece up, make sure this piece is down, that's gonna fold in, Now you just got to kind of play with it until it lines up, but there you go. So his head goes there, this is going to fold in, and that's going to fold down. Get the arms folded up, like that. Open up his feet. Then fold out his heels. Separate the legs. Then these wings are going to push in like that. Push that down. Fold that down. Push that down. Fold that down. And there you go. Alpha Trion. He looks really nice. I actually like how Alpha Trion looks. Again, I never had Discourage mold, but I do like the way Alpha Trion looks at least. So his head can move a little bit. The collar kind of gets in the way, but his head can move a little bit. He's a little bit of a waist swivel. Legs can go forward, bend the knee, can go back, go out. They turn a little bit. He does have a little bit of an ankle. Arms would be able to do a full 360 if the cape wasn't there. Go in and out there, turn the bicep, elbow, and he does have a wrist. It's tight though. So he has about the same amount of articulation as Orion Pax does, but he feels a lot sturdier in the hand, and I like how he looks better. And he has a gun. So of the two, I would definitely say Alpha Trion is the stronger one. That's just me. And compared to Optimus Prime, Prime is a bit taller. So, personally though, I think the highlight of the whole set, in my opinion, is this. That piece right there. No, I'm in all seriousness. You take this piece, you plug that in, and you take this piece, and you plug that in, and there you have Vector Sigma, which looks awesome. You also get the key, which does fit in there. I don't recommend pushing it in all the way, because if you do push it in all the way, it's really hard to get out, and you might chip some paint. And Alpha Trion can hold this key, which is my favorite look for him, is him with the key, just kind of like, yeah, and just kind of put the gun to the side. Because Alpha Trion, I don't think ever held a gun. But yeah, I think Vector Sigma is really well done here. So, the third reason I ended up buying this was, in Taiwan, if you backed the Star Saber set that just came out, their copies were so heavily water damaged that they couldn't receive the shipment of them. So they got a full refund and this instead. Sorry? Sorry, your Star Saber got damaged. Here's two remolds of existing figures instead of two really badass new molds. Good job. So I felt bad for Taiwan, but I bought this as sort of a lead-in to my next review, which you probably just figured out what that's going to be. But regardless, this set is actually pretty cool, but I would recommend finding it at a cheaper price than I did, because Hasbro Pulse is selling it for like $65 with tax and ended up being like $80. So I would definitely wait for it to go on sale. But if you like these characters, there's no reason not to get it. I think Alpha Trion is definitely the stronger too, because he feels a lot more solid than Orion Pax does. Orion Pax isn't bad, and he doesn't feel like floppy. But the arm gimmick is the removing limb gimmick kind of puts me off, and his proportions are kind of weird, especially with his shoulder joints being so low. But anyway, and his accessories suck. But the coolest accessory and the coolest part of the thing is Vector Sigma. So if you need a Vector Sigma, if you really want a Vector Sigma for your display, this is worth it just for that. Not worth for $80. You can find this set in total for like $60. It's probably more worth it. I mean, the base price is like $65, but tax and shit. So You can find it for on eBay with free shipping for like $60. Absolutely go for it, especially if you're a fan of Alphatron or Orion packs. But anywho, that's gonna be it for me to you for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stick around. We got some really cool stuff coming up next time in terms of figure reviews. Not my next review is probably gonna be another vlog because that's all I do anymore. But until then, stick around, guys. Take care.